For simple yes and no, open nyo yung mic niya. So here, diode and diode applications. So before I proceed to the main topic, which is the diode, I will present to you the objective for this topic. So first one, this topic will going to explain the fundamental principle of AP and junction. So we are going to understand here the formation of the depletion region, the effect of the forward and reverse biasing on a diode behavior, and the relationship between the voltage and current. So the second objective for this is that we are going to analyze and interpret the IV characteristic curve of a diode. It is about the relationship of the current to the voltage itself. So the students will learn to identify the key regions of the curve, such as the forward bias region, the breakdown region, and the knee voltage. So also known as the cut-in voltage. And we'll be able also to apply this understanding through a circuit analysis. So mapag-aaralan natin yung mga simple circuit analysis ng diode na meron tayo. And the third objective for this is that we are going to identify and differentiate between the common types and the diodes. So dito natin mapag-aaralan yung mga may special diodes like the Zener diodes, the light emitting diodes, yan. So the fourth objective is that we are going to describe and illustrate at least two practical applications of the diodes and electronic circuits. So dito meron tayong mga isosolve. So kaya pinagdadala ko kayo yung scientific calculator for tomorrow. Dahil hindi lang ako magsosolve, kundi kayo din. Magsosolve kayo. So students will be able to explain how diodes are used in circuits like rectifiers, yung pag-convert natin ng AC to DC, the voltage regulators, and in logic gates. So this objective connects the theoretical behavior of diodes to real-world application. So pag-aralan din natin kung saan din ba ginagamit itong diode sa ating everyday life. So here, diode. Diode is an electrical component that allows the flow of current in only one direction. From the word diode class, di means two. Ode means electrodes. So in a simple word, two electrodes. What are those? We have the anode and the cathode. Alam niyo ba class yung anode? Yung anode class, yun yung pag may baha. So na-anode tayo. Ganon. So, just kidding now. So anode is the positive one and the cathode is the negative one. Since we are talking about the diode, let's take a few more information about the PN junction. So pag sinabi natin class na PN junction, meron siya ang pinagdugtong siya ng P-type and the N-type. No. Wherein doon yung anode and then doon rin yung cathode. So the P-type is the anode one and the N-type is the cathode one. So pag pinagdugtong natin sila or pinagsama natin siya, yun yung diode. So diode in a simple analogy class na sinasabing one direction. Simple analogy is that the door analogy. Kung alam niyo yung door analogy class na may bisagra. So pagpapasok tayong class, the signal or tayo at yung ating sarili, makakapasok tayo. Pero hindi tayo makakabalik because may bisagra. Hindi natin kayang itulak pabalik. So ganun yung analogy ng diode. One way lang ang flow ng current. So in terms na sa PN junction, pag pinagsama natin yung P-type at N-type through the recombination or the diffusion, may mabubuo tayong PN junction. So, mapag-aaralan natin dyan in a latter part, pero in a simple description, ang PN junction class is a fundamental building block ng many semiconductor devices. So, ang pinaka notable na semiconductor, na diode rather, is the semiconductor diode. So, it formed within a single crystal of semiconductor material like silicon or germanium. So where one side is dope. Pag sinabing dope class, we are adding impurities with p-type impurities creating an excess of holes. And the other side is that it is doped rin with n-type impurities, creating an excess of electrons. So yun yung p-n junction. So sa p-n junction, we have the p-type and the n-type. So, isa lang yung junction na yon dahil pinagdugtong natin. Ano naman tawag class kapag tatlo na? PNP or NPN. Diyan papasok yung next na topic natin, which is the transistor, the BJT and the FET, the bipolar junction transistor and the field effect transistor. So, two junction naman yon. Anong ginagawa class nun? They are amplifying the signal. They are acts as amplification. Paano pag-apat naman class? PNPN or NPNP. Ang tawag naman dun class, thyristor. So hindi na naman tayo aabot doon. Ano? So pinapaliwanag lang natin because thyristor acts as switch. Ano bang ginagawa ng thyristor? Thyristor acts also as a controlled rectifier. It allows us to regulate the amount of power delivered to a load by controlling the exact moment it begins to contact. Ibig sabihin, ang primary function nito ay switch. Hindi siya amplification because transistor are the one to amplify the signals. So, let's go back here. An electrical component that allows the flow of current in only one direction. So, in-emphasis dito, class, yung current, flow of current. Question class, what is the difference from current to a voltage? So, magtabag tayo. Anong difference ng current sa voltage? So, Annie, Kurt, Tristan, Benedict, what is the difference from current to the voltage? Hello? Annie, may kausap ba ako? Hello, class?
Hello
Marinig
po.
ba ako?
Yes po.
Akala ko nawala ako. Ani, ano, bakit? Go, Ani. Ani Tristan, Kurt Tristan. Dito ba yun? Di ba dito yun?
Sir, sorry po. Kaka-join ko lang po ulit. Tapos nawawala po ang internet.
Go, proceed. What is the difference from current to the voltage?
Po ulit ang question.
What is the difference from
Sir,
current
sir,
to
pwede ko pong paulit.
Hello, naririnig ba ako ng iba?
Sir, sir, sorry po, choppy po. Wala po kasing internet dito sa amin. Ako po yung naka-data lamang.
So ito bunso, hihimayin ko. Ano ang pagkakaiba ng kuryente sa voltahe?
Sir, last na po. Pwede ka pong paulit po ulit. Talaga pong choppy.
Class Shopee din ba ako sa iba?
Hindi po sir, siya lang po.
Babalikan kita mamaya ha.
Sige po.
Espeleta, Arabel.
Sir, based po sa background knowledge ko, yung current po is yun po yung mismong charge. Whereas yung voltage naman po is yung force po na nagdadrive doon sa electric current po.
So, additional question. Ano ang mas delikado? The current or the voltage?
I think yung voltage po, kasi yung pong lakas niya is yung pong
Are
lakas
you
ng current
sure?
is nagdedepende po sa voltage.
Okay. So, let's call someone also to verify your answer. Hernandez Paulo.
Hello po sir.
Go.
Sir, ang ano po, yung, ang tanong nga po yung kung ano yung po,
Ano muna ang difference, bunso?
kumbaga
Bago
po, nabasa ko lang po yung sabi po para daw pong kung sa ilog daw po, ay sa pipe daw po. Yung voltage daw po yung pressure, tapos yung kung gaano daw po karami yung nagpo-flow, yun daw po yung current.
Aba nga naman. Exactly. Tama. Eh, ano, mas delikado?
Ang alam ko po sa voltage din po.
Why?
Hindi ko po alam sir, gawa po ng ano eh. Siyempre po yung pressure. Ewan ko din po. Gawa po ng, ang alam ko po,
Yung
yung po ng,
matataas. Go.
yung po mga matataas po na, anong tawag doon? Teka, hanapin ko sir.
Mamaya na.
Basta yan po matataas po na mga tower ata po yung matataas po yung voltahe. Yun po. Kaya po nilalagay
Sure?
yung
Sure ka ba sa sinasabi mo?
ang alam ko lang po sir.
Let's call someone also. Sino yung nagtataas? Go. Hindi ko kayo nakikita eh. Sino yung tataas? Go, Josh Macho Domingo. Ang dami.
Sir, yung ano po, yung pagkakaintindi ko po, kumbaga po parang sabi po ni Paulo, yung kunwari po isa nakakonekta sa faucet sabay hose. Yung pressure po, yung voltage, sabay yung parang tubig po, yung current.
Gets ko na. So, ang
Sabay.
direct na tayo sa pinaka-question. Ano
Opo.
mas delikado?
Tingin ko rin po voltage kasi po, kung iisipin nyo po sa normal na faucet, na mahina yung pressure, kahit tamaan kayo ng tubig, hindi naman po masyado masakit. Pero pag tinamaan po kayo ng mataas na pressure, katulad po nung sa mga fire trucks, ganun, sakit nun.
Ito ang question ko sa iyo, Joshua. Josh Macho.
Opo.
Since you are saying that yung voltage ang yun yung force na nagtutulak sa current para mag-flow, paano kapag kunyari ay ganito, mataas ang voltahe mo, pero wala namang flow ng current. Pwede yun. Diba? Wait lang. Ang sabi mo nga ay mas nakakamatay ang voltage.
Opo.
Ang nagdadirect at ang nadadama ng tao ay yung kuryente, hindi naman voltahe. So how do you say so na voltage ang kayang pumatay sa tao?
Sir, depende po sa intensity po nung natatanggap po natin na kuryente.
So are you saying na pagtaas ang voltahe, pagtaas yung kuryente?
Sir, ulit po.
So are you saying na pag tumaas yung voltahe, tataas din yung kuryente?
Siguro po.
Siguro. Exactly, tama yun. Pag tumaas ang voltahe at taas ang kuryente. Pero ang point dyan, class, ang dumadaloy sa katawan natin, hindi naman voltahe. Kapag nangyari tayo na ground, current. No. Another one. Ano bang nakakamatay talaga? Voltage or current? Sinil.
Ano po, feeling ko po kasi, nung gumagawa po kami ng research product, ang sabi po ng daddy ay mas, daw po, delikado daw po yung current. Kesa daw po sa voltage, dahil yun daw po yung mismong flow ng electricity po. So, ibig po sabihin, kahit po mahina po yung voltage, magpo-flow pa rin po yung electricity. Doon pa rin po sa current, magbe-base po yun. Mahina man po o malakas yung voltage. Kasi po kahit po yung sa
Okay.
yung background, yun po.
Exactly. Tama naman. Pero mali yung second nasagot, tama na mas delikado yung current compare sa voltage. Pero yung sabi niya na pag maliit ang voltage, yung current pa rin ay may dadaan. So, hindi. Mas, kumbaga, yung may sumagot rin kanina, class, sa isang faucet, yung pipe carrying water, class, pwedeng nakasarado siya. Kumbaga, mataas yung force, yung voltage, pero walang dumadang kuryente. Pwede yun. So, ang question ko kanina, ang nakakamatay, current. In a theoretical or conceptual based class, current is more delicate than the voltage. Because ito yung dumadaloy sa atin. Pero in a practical way class, delikado sila pareho. Bakit? Pag tumaas yung voltahe ng pressure, mas mataas din yung current na dadaloy sa ating katawan. So here is the thing. Voltage and current are two fundamental concepts in electricity. Think of it as a pipe carrying water, yung sinabi ko kanina. So voltage is the pressure that pushes the water through the pipe. It's the potential energy difference between 2 points. So the current is the flow rate of the water, the amount of water passing a certain point per second. So in an electrical circuit class, voltage is the force that makes electrons move, while current is the actual flow of those electrons. You can have high voltage, yung sinasabi ko kanina, without any current if the circuit is open. Much like having a high water pressure in a pipe without a closed valve. With a closed valve rather. Ano? Kumbaga, marami yung dumadaloy na water, yan. Kumbaga, madami yung nagpupush na water, which is the pressure. Pero pag na-close yung valve, walang dadaloy na kuryente. So, gets niyo ba? Yung voltage and current. So, that's it. So, let's go back here. So, an electrical component that allows the flow of current in only one direction. So, speaking of class ng current and voltage, alam niyo ba yung current wire? Meron bang may alam dito ng current wire? Yes? Alam niyo yung current wire?
Hindi po.
Hindi niya alam yung current wire? Oh, so sad naman. So, class, ito, mapag-aaralan nyo rin to sa basic electrical. Kumbaga, introduction lang to para alam nyo kung ano yung DC at AC through the currents. So, noong unang panahon, here's the story class, the current wire. The two geniuses for the current wire. First one, si Thomas Edison. And the second one is Nikola Tesla. So, si Thomas Edison is my grandfather. And Nikola Tesla is my best friend at that time. Unfortunately, namatay sila ng maaga. Ako na lang yung natira. Ganon. So, Thomas Edison is known for his discovery about the bulb. So, alam niyo ba yung bulb? Tumingin sa kisame. Wow, bumbilya. Yeah. Thomas Edison is known for his discovery about the bulb. So, next, but before he discovered the bulb, he discovered the phonograph. Ano yung phonograph? It is a recorder, a special recorder that can record also in a backward. Kumbaga, kaya niya mag-play in a backward. Ganun kagaling yung phonograph at that time. So, since sikat si Thomas Edison because of his bulb, Thomas Edison known for his invention, which is the bulb, but before, yun nga, yung bulb, ang first invention niya is phonograph. And yung phonograph na yun yung best invention niya at that time. At tinawag siyang isang wizard because of that invention. And nung medyo tumanda na siya, nagtayo siya ng isang company. Nung sumikat siya, nagtayo siya ng company which is the Continental Edison Company. So naggawa sila ng mga practical and affordable light bulb. And hindi lang doon, yung company niya also nag-aano ng DC power plant. And si Nikola Tesla at that time ay nagwo-work sa company ni Lolo. Wow! Ng aking lolo. Wow! At that time, nagwo-work si Nikola Tesla. And Nikola Tesla also is a genius one. Why? He discovered, bago pa siya mag-work sa Continental Edison Company, meron siyang discovery na time, which is the rotating magnetic field. Itong magnetic field na ito, class, ito yung nag-introduce ng AC induction motor. Pero mapapaliwanag natin yon later kung paano na-introduce yung AC induction motor. So yung rotating magnetic field na diniscover ni Nikola Tesla is that it is a constant magnitude but continuously changing the direction in a rotational manner. So, nagtatrabaho na si Nikola Tesla. So, si Thomas Edison at that time, nagpo-provide ng DC power plant sa mga bahay-bahay, kumbaga yung para magkaroon ng kuryente sa bahay-bahay, yan. And may nalaman si Thomas Edison na meron siyang empleyado na napakatalino daw. So hinanap niya to, pag-alaman niya na ito si Nikola Tesla. So Nikola Tesla, naging apprentice ni Thomas Edison, yung aking kaibigan, si Nikola Tesla. Naging kaibigan niya. Naging apprenticeship niya. So, nung nagkaroon siya nila ng communication, ng relationship, may problem kasi yung DC power plant ni Thomas Edison. Yes, it is cheap, no? It is expensive rather. It is expensive because ang problem is yung range. Pag DC power plant or DC, direct current class, hindi kaya niyang mag-provide ng mga long ranges. Kumbaga, magtatayo ka pa ng another DC power plant para makapag-provide sa another mga bahayan. So, ganun yung thing ng DC power plant. Kumbaga, ang problem yung range. Sabi ni Thomas Edison, kay Nikola Tesla, bibigyan kita ng napakalaking pera. Basta mag-iisip ka lamang kung paano mapoprovidean yung iba't ibang bahayan through the DC, the direct current. So nag-isip, since si Nikola Tesla ay may invention or discovery about the rotating magnetic field, ginamit niya yon para i-introduce ang AC induction motor. In-introduce niya kay Thomas Edison. Pero, tinawag na alternating current. Ibig sabihin, napakadelikado. Mataas yung kuryente na kaya niyang gawin. So, hindi siya pinanigan ni Thomas Edison. Nasabi, ay hindi. Parang hindi pwede ito dahil napakadelikado. Yes, it's cheap, pero delikado para sa masa. So parang na-hard. Dinibdib ni Nikola Tesla yung sinabi ng aking lolo. So, umalis si Nikola Tesla at pumunta sa katapat na company which is the Westinghouse. Yung Westinghouse class, yun yung kalaban na company ng Continental Edison Company. So nagpo-provide din sila ng mga iba't ibang power plant. Pero inintroduce na ni Nikola Tesla yung kanyang AC induction motor sa Westinghouse. So nalaman ni Thomas Edison yon at that time. So siniraan niya ang Westinghouse. Sabi niya, huwag kayo dyan dahil delikado yan. Mataas yung voltahe na naibibigay ng AC compare sa DC. So imagine class, sa paninira ng aking lolo, which is si Thomas Edison, sa paninira niya class, nag-finance siya kay Dr. Alfred, kung kalala niyo si Dr. Alfred, South Rick yata ang apelyido niya. Si Dr. Alfred, siya yung nag-discover ng electric chair na nag-finance si Thomas Edison. So, nag-experiment siya noon at ito yung ginamit ng mga Britanya, ng Britain and the United States para sa mga death penalty noon. So, for experiment, tinry nila, isang tao, pag inon niya yung electric chair, automatic, patay na agad sa taas ng voltahe. Because ang nagpapagana sa electric chair is the AC, the alternating current. So, nabigla, parang umayaw ang iba dun sa AC. So, nagbalik sa DC. So, nanira rin naman si Nikola Tesla. So, ang sabi ni Nikola Tesla, ay hindi ako papayag. Kailangan ko rin siraan yung Continental Edison Company. Sinabi niya sa masa, huwag kayo dyan class. Huwag kayo dyan class. Huwag kayo dyan because bukod sa mahal na yung DC, hindi pa kayang suportahan yung mga bahay-bahay nyo through the long ranges. So, ibig sabihin, hindi kayo magkakaroon ng kuryente kapag hindi kayo pag hindi nyo tinangkilik itong AC. So, nagkaroon ng idea yung mga masa, naman, kung hindi namin gagamitin yung AC, hindi mapoprovidean yung mga long ranges na meron. Ano? Bakit long ranges? Because doon inintroduce yung transformer. Yun yung AC induction motor transformer. Anong ginagawa ng transformer? It step up or step down the voltage signal na dumadaan doon. The electrical current na dumadaan doon. Kaya niyang pataasin or pababain yung current na dumadaloy doon. So nangunti uli yung mga kliyente ng DC company. So hindi uli pumayag si Thomas Edison. Alam niyo ang ginawa niya? Nag-fry siya, nagluto siya ng buong elepante. Tinusta niya using alternating current. Ibig sabihin, ganun talaga kadelikado ang alternating current. And ito na, fast forward na class. Dumating yung Nobel Prize. Hindi alam, naglalaban sila, hindi alam kung sino ba magiging Nobel Prize awardee, kung ang DC or yung AC. So pinaliwanag ni Nikola Tesla yung about sa transformer. Na hindi naman basta-basta ganun kadelikado yung AC. Nakadepende din. Kaya nga meron tayong discovery which is the transformer. Kaya niya mag-step up, step down ng current. So doon nanalo yung si Nikola Tesla as a Nobel Prize awardee. So yun yung current war. Ganun katindi yung current war that time. Yun yung DC and AC. So ngayon may mga DC pa rin, may mga AC pa rin na ginagamit. Mostly AC. Yung mga nakikita nyo sa mga taas ng kuryente nyo, yung parang mga timba, that's a transformer. Yun yung nag-step up at step down. Para, ang ginagawa niya class, yung mga parang timba na nakikita nyo, parang malaking square, sa mga posting matataas. Kunyari, may dadaan na napakalaking kuryente class. Kaya niyang i-step down yung current at ipadiretso sa bahay-bahay para hindi sumabog or hindi mag-hit up agad yung kuryenteng meron sa bahay. So kapag naman kukuryente ang dumadaloy, kaya naman niyang palakihin ang kuryenteng dadaloy sa bawat bahay. That's a transformer. So yun yung history behind the war. So let's proceed with the diode construction. Ano ba yung diode construction na ito? So diode construction class, makikita natin yung P-type at N-type part na meron tayo. So there are two types of the semiconductor material. So binalikan lang natin, which is the intrinsic and the extrinsic semiconductor. Ang intrinsic class semiconductor ay pure, yung sinasabi nga kanina, in which hole and electrons are available in equal numbers at a room temperature. So in intrinsic class, extrinsic rather, impurities are added na to increase yung number ng holes and electrons na nakadesignate dun sa type na meron siya. So these impurities are yung tinatawag na trivalent and the pentavalent. A semiconductor diode has two layers. Makikita natin dyan, we have the P-type semiconductor layer, and the second layer is made up of N-type semiconductor layer. So if we add trivalent impurities in silicon or germanium, a great number ng holes are present, and it is positive charge. Kaya anode, kaya maraming holes dyan. And this layer is known as the P-type layer. If we add naman the pentavalent impurities in silicon or germanium, a greater number of electrons are present. It is a
Sir, copy po.
negatively charged. Some part. Dun sa pentavalent impurities na.
Opo.
Okay. Kumbaga, class, dun sa pentavalent impurities, kapag mag-add tayo, if we add the pentavalent impurities in a silicon or germanium, a greater number of electrons na nakikita natin na present diyan ay negatively charged. Hence, this layer is known as the n-type layer. So the diode is formed by joining both the n-type and the p-type na nakikita natin together. This device is the combination of the p-type and n-type semiconductor is also known as the p-n junction diode. Pag pinagdugtong natin p-n junction, ano? A junction is formed between the p-type and n-type. Junction is known as the p-n junction. So a diode has two terminals. One terminal is taken from the p-type layer and known as the union. The second terminal is taken from the n-type material is also known as the cathode, which is the negative. So, ano ba yung depletion region? Bakit meron dyan? So, yung depletion region, yun yung process na nagkakaroon sa gitna. Is an area within a semiconductor material, typically at the junction of a p-type and n-type material that is depleted. Ano yung nadideplete? Nadideplete doon yung mobile charge carriers na meron. So class, question, anong charge carriers or major charge carriers ng p-type? Maria, Celine, ano ang major charge carrier ng p-type? Celine. Hello?
Okay po. A major carrier po ng p-type, yung holes po.
Anong minority?
Electrons po.
How about n-type?
Sa n-type po, ang major carrier po ay electrons.
Ang minority?
Holes po.
Are you sure?
Yes po.
100%?
90.
Sure ka ba sa sinasabi mo?
Yes po.
Sure na sure. Dapat
Opo.
mag-igan. Yes or no lang. Sure na
Yes
sure.
po. Yes po.
Exactly. That is correct. So, for this, it acts like an insulating layer, yung depletion region. Ano? Nag-act like siya ng insulating layer. Ano? Kumbaga, kapag no charge carriers, walang magko-conduct na electricity. So, in other words, class, paano ba na-form yun? We have class diffusion. Na-form yung depletion region through four forms. First is the diffusion. Due to the concentration difference. So, yung majority carriers na nakikita natin, electrons from the n side and holes from the p side begin to diffuse across the junction. Electrons move from the n side to the p side and holes moves from the p side to the n side. That's the diffusion. Next, recombination. As these electrons and holes cross the junction, they recombine with each other and are eliminated. So yun yung pangalawa, the recombination. Pangatlo, yung immobile ions. This recombination leaves behind immobile charged ions. So class, question, what is the difference of the cations, anions to the cathode and anode? Malinaw, Lyra. Anong difference ng cations, anions sa cathode at anode? Hello?
Ang cation po at anion ay positive. Ang cation po ay positive at ang anion po ay negative. Ang anode po ay positive, ang cathode po ay negative.
So, ano yung difference? Yun lang, yung sign.
Yung charge po nila.
Are you sure?
Yes po.
Word. Tawag pa tayo another one. Umali Karil.
Okay po. So, ang difference po ng cations and anions sa cathode and anode po is yung cations and anions po ay ions basically. Tapos yung cathode nga po and anode ay electrons, which means po na yung yung nauna ko pong mga binanggit, yung ions or charged particles wherein yun naman pong cathode and anode ay doon po napunta yung ions sa isa pong circuit. So, yun lang po. Basically, ang cations and anions po ay yung charges mismo, while yung cathode and anode po ay like yung saan po nangyayari yung reactions.
Okay, correct. So, yun nga, sabi rin kanina nung sumagot, cations is positive. So, nung nag-aaral ako, ang ano dyan, pusative, ano, cat, Tagalog ng cat, pusa. So, doon namin, ang cations pusative. So, positive siya. So, gano'n lang. So, an ions, negative. So, kabaliktad naman siya ng anode at cathode. So, since, let's continue sa mobile ions. Yun yung pangatlong forms ng how depletion region or the depletion region nagkakaroon ng mobile ions is dun sa inside class, ang atoms naglolo siya ng electrons become positive charge ions. The piece of atoms na nag-gain ng electrons become negatively charged ions. So that is the field. So,
Sir, chocolate po ulit.
Part, electric field. Hello. So sa electric field class, ito yung layer na positive at negative ions. Nag-create siya ng internal electric field across the junction. So yung field na yon, tinatawag natin siyang potential barrier. Ano? Yung potential barrier class, ito yung nagpe-prevents ng any further diffusion of the charge carriers. So yung diffusion, yun yung recombination na nangyayari, papalitan. So yung siyang potential barrier or potential class, yun yung nagsabi na
Chocolate po ulit, sir.
Sheesh. Wait lang. This field acts a potential barrier class na nagpi-prevents ng any further diffusion of charge carriers. Sabihin, yung potential barrier na meron class, siya yung nagpi-prevent sa pagkakaroon ng diffusion or the recombination ng p-type at n-type. So the region where the electric field and these fixed ions exist and where there are no mobile charge carriers is the depletion region. Ulitin ko class ha. The region where this electric field and fixed ions exist and where there are no mobile charge carriers is the depletion region. So that is how depletion region form. Ano? So next naman class, we are going to discuss the diode operation. So ano ba yung diode operation? Ano bang meron dyan? So dito natin class, we are going to discuss here about the forward bias and the reverse bias. So yung forward bias class, ito yung diode class na nag-a-allow ng current to flow easily. It's like a one-way valve that is open, letting water flow through with very little resistance. Kumbaga class, dire-diretso yung pag-flow dahil lang naka-forward siya. Kumbaga sa circuit class, closed circuit siya. Pero sa valve, open. Kapag pipe water, yung water, naka-open siya. Ibig sabihin, dire-diretso. So, paano ba gumagana yun? How it works? So, to forward bias class, you connect the positive terminal, nakita natin, na isang voltage supply, or kumbaga, kung battery, yung voltage supply na meron tayo. to the diode's anode, which is the P side. Ano? And the negative terminal ng ating voltage supply to the cathode, which is the N side. This connection class pushes the majority charge carriers holes on the P side and the electrons on the N side towards junction. So doon nagkakaroon ng forward bias. Oh, wait. So, paano ba ina-apply yon? So, the applied voltage overcomes the diode's internal potential barrier. At nag-focus ito ng depletion region to shrink. Sabihin, luminipis. Di ba ang sabi natin kanina, ang depletion region parang insulator. So, kung patuloy ang pagkakaroon nila ng recombination, diffusion, and nag-aalaw ng current na dire-diretso, magkakaroon ng depletion region to shrink. Ninipis yung depletion region. Yan, no? Nakikita niyo sa video, nanipis yung depletion region. Once the voltage is high enough, a large current can flow. Ganun lang yan. So, for example, class, for a simple circuit with a battery, meron ring diode, meron ring LED na nakikita niyo. When you connect the battery in the correct direction, which is the forward bias, the LED lights up. Ganoon lang kasimple. Kapag naka-forward bias. Demonstrating na yung current is flowing. So sa reverse bias naman class, kabaliktaran. Ano? The diodes acts like a closed one-way valve. It blocks the flow of the current. How it works, class? Ganito kasimple yan. Sa reverse bias diode class, kino-connect naman natin yung source to the cathode, the N side. And the negative terminal, the anode, which is the P side. It pulls the majority charge carrier away the junction. So anong nangyayari? The depletion region widens. So, pag nag-widen siya, it reinforces the internal electric field to create a very high resistance. So, kapag mataas yung resistance, magpiprevent naman to ng current flowing. So, in other way, class, sa same circuit na discuss natin kanina, kapag naka-reverse siya, the LED will not light up, which shows that the diode is blocking the current. Just a closed bulb. Yan o. Yan yung difference between forward bias and reverse bias. But that's that. Sabi natin kanina,
Sir, chopping na naman po kayo.
some part.
Mga,
natin po kanina.
Okay. So here is the catch class for the reverse bias. Sabi natin walang magfo-flow na current. Pero in a practical way, meron. Ito yung gusto natin lalo sa exam. Ano to? Tinatawag tong leakage. Pero sa kuryente, ang tawag dito, leakage current. Kung sa exam, gusto natin to leakage. Yun, gusto, leakage. Pero, sa reverse bias class, may tinatawag tayong leakage current. Ito class, even in a reverse bias, a tiny amount of current still flows. This is called the leakage current or the reverse saturation current. Paano ito gumagana class? So yung current is caused by the movement of the minority carriers, di ba? Which is the electrons on the P side and the holes on the N side that are generated by heat. So class, while the majority carriers are being pushed away from the junction, the minority carriers are actually attracted to the opposite So it will create a very small current. Doon nagkakaroon ng small current. At pag nag-create yun ng small current class, ito yung leakage current na tinatawag. So for an analogy class, di ba, kung meron tayong perfect bulb, kapag meron tayong perfect bulb class, it will block all water flowing. But in reality class, walang ganun. Walang perfect bulb. There might be a tiny leak or a few drops that can get through. So yung few drops na yun yung tinatawag nating leakage current. Kumbaga doon ay leakage water. So that is the basic of the application wherein reverse bias is being introduced. So that is the diode operation between the forward bias and the reverse bias and the leakage current. So next, we're going to discuss the characteristic curve. So parang discussion lang rin to ng forward bias and reverse bias. So ito lang class is naka-identify or naka-intertwine sa ating voltage and current relationship. So here is the description for that. So kapag sinabi nating forward bias region class, ito yung nakikita natin. Yan nakikita nyo class, yung right side, yung pataas, may pataas. So this area of the graph class, both voltage and current are positive. This is the one-way nature of the field. So class, when you apply a small positive voltage, the current is very small. The diode is essentially off. However, class, once the voltage reaches a certain threshold, so may makikita dyan threshold voltage or tinatawag natin barrier potential or knee voltage, kapag na-reach na natin yung threshold voltage class, the current begins to increase exponentially for a very small increase in voltage. So kapag na-reach na natin yon, kapag may dumaan na kuryente, malaki rin yung dadaan na voltahe. So yun yung lang naisabihin. So hindi mag-on yung diode. Kumbaga, kailangan yung ma-reach yun, yung threshold voltage. So for example class, a silicon diode. The knee voltage is approximately 0.7 sa silicon. So sa germanium, meron tayong 0.7. So the voltage required to overcome the built-in potential barrier of the p-n junction is the 0.7 voltage. So here is some analogy class. Kapag tayo ay magpupush ng heavy door, you need to apply a certain amount of force, which is the voltage, before it will open and let things through, which is yun yung current. Ganon siya. So, ganon yung characteristic curve with dun sa forward bias region. So, next one, sa reverse bias region. Ano ba meron sa reverse bias region? So, ito yung left side. Yun yung medyo bumaba. Hindi yung avalanche breakdown na class. Yung bumaba ng konti. Yung tinatawag rin natin reverse saturation current. So sa reverse bias region class, ito yung graph wherein the voltage is negative and the current is nearly zero. So in this region class, the diode is acting like an open switch. Sabihin, even as you increase the negative voltage, the current remains incredibly small. So this is the leakage current that we discussed earlier. So it caused by the minority charge carrier. So for example, class, the current, nakikita natin, the current is almost flat along the voltage axis. It signifies, class, that the diode is blocking the flow. Here is the analogy, class. pag may one-way bulb tayo that is closed and sealed, the only flow is the leakage current. That's the reverse bias. So bakit breakdown region po? Breakdown region is the avalanche breakdown. Ano? So ito yung region na to wherein large negative voltage is applied. Sobrang taas na lang i-apply natin in a reverse bias. Kumbaga, nag-apply tayo ng napakalaking voltahe sa isang reverse bias. So kaya meron tayong large negative voltage. So when the reverse voltage class becomes extremely large and exceeds the breaking voltage, the diode fails and every large current suddenly flows in the reverse direction. So kapag napakalaki class, ang tendency nito pwede ring masira, uminit, sobra. So this is usually destructive for a standard diode. Pero class, kapag yun ay standard diode ang ginamit or yung mga semiconductor diode. Pero meron tayong tinatawag na ideal diode which is the Zener diode. So madidiscuss natin yun tomorrow. So Zener diode is intended for that which is designed to operate specifically in this region for voltage regulation. So that is designated or designed for the avalanche breakdown. So here's the analogy class para mas maintindihan niyo yung breakdown region. Meron tayong one-way valve can be used again. Ano? Pwede natin gamitin. Again, yung one-way valve. Imagine, meron kang one-way valve. If you apply too much pressure in the wrong direction, kabaliktaran, the bulb breaks. Diga? Pag pinaikot mo ng pabaliktad or yung nag-apply ka ng so much pressure in the wrong direction, the bulb breaks. At yung massive amount ng water ay patuloy na tutulo. Hindi mapapatay. So, for most diodes, this breaks the device permanently. Hindi na kayang gawin pa. But, the Zener diode, it is intended for this mode of operation. Ganun kagaling yung Zener diode. Kaya niya yung kahit gaano kalaking negative voltage na i-apply sa kanya. So that is the relationship of the voltage and current in the characteristic curve intertwined with the forward bias and the reverse bias we have. So next is the Shockley's equation. So ano ba yung Shockley's equation? For this time class, ipapaliwanag lang natin yung Shockley's equation and also yung mga equation na susunod pa. Because class, bukas tayo magbibigay ng example para mas makita nyo kung paano yun. So we can see here, ID stands for the diode current, IS stand for the reverse saturation current, the VD is the diode voltage, the VD is the thermal voltage, and also yung N is the ideality factor. So to find or to solve for the thermal voltage, we have here KT over Q. Class. So ano yung value ng K? K is 1.38 times 10 raised to negative 23 joules per Kelvin. So kapag class, ang inyong calculator is Canon, the scientific calculator is Canon, constant 25 siya. Ano? While yung Q, yung charge ng electron, constant 23 naman siya. So nakikita natin dyan, yung ideality factor class sa quiz or sa mga exams, ang given lang doon kung silicon or germanium yung gagamitin. Hindi aalamin nyo kung ano yung value ng silicon at germanium in ideality factor. So ano ba yung Shockley's diode or Shockley's diode equation? So ito yung isang fundamental mathematical model na nag-describe the current and voltage relationship of an ideal semiconductor diode. So it applies also in the diode forward bias and the reverse bias region. Meron siyang key application class. We have 4 key application na ginagamitan ng Shockley's equation. The first one is, through the Shockley's equation, we can predict the diode behavior. So as an engineer, katulad natin class, it allows the engineer to predict the current that will flow through a diode for a given applied voltage. Next one, we can use the Shockley's equation to analyze the diode circuit. It is used in the circuit simulations. Kung alam nyo yon, yung SPICE, SPICE. So, isa siyang simulation to model the nonlinear behavior of a diode. So, the third one, the application is that Shockley's equation also characterize the semiconductor materials. So, sa paanong paraan? We are fitting the equation to the experimental data. You can see here, yun yung mga nakalagay dyan. You can determine the key parameters of a diode, such as the reverse saturation current, which is the IS na nakikita natin dyan, and the ideality factor, and also which provide the insight into the quality and material properties of a junction. So last one class for the application of the Shockley's equation is that we can understand also the solar cells. The equation is a crucial part of the model na ginagamit natin para i-describe yung relationship ng current and voltage to characterize the solar cell, which is essentially a PN junction device. Diba? So, pero may limitation yung Shockley's equation class. First one, high yung forward bias niya, mataas. The equation class, it assumes that the ideal behavior and it doesn't account for the internal resistance of the diode semiconductor material. So at a very high forward currents, the internal resistance causes the relationship of the current and voltage curve to level off or become less exponential, a behavior not predicted by the ideal equation. So yun yung unang limitation ng isang Shockley's equation. The next one is the reverse breakdown. Sa paanong paraan? Yung Shockley's equation class, it does not model the breakdown region. So it means that it cannot use to analyze the device that is designed to operate in this region, such as the Zener diode. And last limitation class, yun yung transient behavior. So yung sa transient behavior class, ito yung steady state equation na meron tayo. And it does not account for the diode transient response. Such as yung relationship ng time na it takes to switch between on and off states. So that's the limitation na meron sa Shockley's equation. So, ang sinasabi lang, to summarize, Shockley's equation provides a powerful and accurate model for most common application of the diode. However, for a specific condition like high current or yung mga reverse breakdown na meron tayo, more complex model or additional circuit elements like pag mga series resistor, needed natin na mag-provide ng more accurate presentation. So, dun po asok yung mga limitation. So next one is the temperature on threshold voltage and the temperature and the saturation current. So it is like the temperature coefficient na na-discuss natin before. Kaya lang ito, class, we have the final voltage, the initial voltage. Yung nasa taas niya, yung sulat kamay, which is the resistance naman. The final resistance and the initial resistance times 1 plus the alpha times the change in temperature, the delta T. So for the temperature and threshold voltage, we have 1 plus K. So yung K natin class, there is a specific value for that. For the silicon, we have na negative 2 times 10 raised to negative 3. And also for the germanium, we have negative 2.5 times 10 raised to negative 3. So yun yung value ng silicon and germanium for the K. So threshold voltage class at room temperature, we have 0.7, minsan given, minsan hindi. So minsan ang sinasabi sa quiz is the threshold voltage of a silicon or a germanium. So automatic 0.7 and 0.3 for the germanium. So ano sinasabi ng isang threshold voltage class? So the threshold voltage class is also known as the knee voltage or the turn-on voltage na meron tayo. So it is the minimum forward voltage required for a diode to begin conducting a significant current. So a relationship niya class, as the temperature increases, the threshold voltage decreases. In other words, it is tawag ito? It is not directly proportional. Kumbaga, inversely proportional siya from the temperature and the threshold voltage. Why? Here, at higher temperature class, the thermal energy sa isang electrons and holes increases. This additional energy class, it can help the charge carriers overcome the built-in potential barrier of the depletion region with less resistance from an external voltage source. So, nice lang sabihin, pag tumaas ang temperature, ang threshold voltage, bababa. Ano? So, next, we have here the temperature and the saturation current. Sinasabi dito class, ang saturation current doubles every 10 degrees Celsius. So if I have here at 30 degrees Celsius, if I double every 10 degrees, so mag-add ako ng 10, so magiging 40, so yung aking saturation current magdo-double naman siya. Kapag nag-add uli ako ng another 10 class, magdo-double uli yung saturation current. Ito lang yung naisabihin ng temperature and saturation current. It means that the saturation current, or the also known as reverse saturation current, yung sinabi natin kanina, is the very small current that flows when the diode is reverse biased. So it is measure of the minority carriers in the device. Ang relationship naman niya class, as the temperature increases, the saturation current increases exponentially. So proportional to each other. So why it is happen? So ang saturation current class is heavily dependent sa number ng thermally generated electron hole pairs. So as temperature rises, more electron hole pairs are created. So it increased the number of the minority carriers available to cross the junction. So yung effect nito class, in a practical way, the saturation current approximately doubles for every 10 degrees Celsius. Yan yung nakikita natin sa screen. So its exponentially increase is the main reason why the diode's characteristics are sensitive to temperature. So ito yung reason rin also, yung diode's forward current increases significantly for a given forward voltage as temperature rises. So pag tumaas yung temperature, ang saturation current tataas din. We have here the IS, the final current saturation equals the initial times 2 raised to the delta T, which is the changes in temperature over the 10 degrees Celsius. So, papakatandaan class yung ating mga equation na meron dyan because magsasolve tayo tomorrow ng mga different questions or problem regarding sa ating Shockley's equation, temperature and threshold voltage, and temperature and saturation current. So class, pakidala bukas na, dito ko puputulin yung yung discussion natin. So class, ang di-discuss natin tomorrow, yung diode model, may computation rin dyan, the practical diode, the piecewise linear model. Sa diode circuit naman, di-discuss natin class dito yung clippers, clampers, and also yung rectifier. And also, we have here the special diode, the light emitting diode, and the Zener diode na diniscuss natin kanina. And application, kung saan natin ginagamit yung diode. So bukas natin. So pakidala class ng scientific calculator para sa inyong computation. So I think we are done here. So ay sana meron kayong natutunan ngayong araw. Kung wala ay hindi ko na problem 'yon. Joke. So sana may intindihan kayo. Because kung hindi nyo naintindihan yung diode, kung hindi nyo naintindihan yung semiconductor, hindi nyo maintindihan yung diode. Pag hindi nyo naintindihan class yung diode, hindi nyo maintindihan yung sunod na topic, which is the transistor. Tatlo na kasi siya. Dalawang junction na siya. PNP na siya. Or NPN. Kumbaga ang diode, dalawa pa lang eh. NP pa lang. Di ba? So, pero hindi naman tayo dadating sa transistor. Sa thyristor. So that, I think, goods na tayo dito. So, tuloy na lang natin discussion tomorrow for the ideal diodes, the diode construction, the special diodes, and the different diodes used. So, thank you class. Tatry kong i-upload yung PPT today para may mabasa kayo. And mag-advance study rin kayo. So, laging naka-ready ang ating index card para laging masaya ang klase. So, class, thank you so much for your time. Tomorrow, ulit, Thank you, thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Sir.
Thank you po.